2025, at approximately 2:08 a.m., the officers were in a parking lot of Reno's Bar, responding to a disturbance that had occurred at the business. While conducting the investigation, they heard a vehicle rev its engines multiple times, and the officers went to check on an individual inside the vehicle, but before the officers could check the vehicle, it took off at a high rate of speed, recklessly in the parking lot, and the officers called for an additional unit to search for the vehicle, and an officer responded. The defendant's vehicle circled the parking lot and returned to the scene, where the calling officer was able to initiate a traffic stop. The officers observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage and red glossy eyes. The defendant was placed into custody for public intoxication due to a miscommunication between the officers, and it was later determined a DWI investigation was needed. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, HGN 6 out of 6. Walk and turn was attempted, but the defendant could not stand in the starting position and was constantly swaying. For the one-leg stand, 3 out of 4 clues were observed. The DIC was read, and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.154 and 0.149.
What was the stop for?
So they responded to a disturbance, and they heard a vehicle rev its engine, and he took off at a high rate of speed. So then they attempted to get it reach that vehicle because it took off in the parking lot from what they described a high rate of speed recklessly. And then it came back, and then they make
Traffic infraction? High rate of speed is conclusory as well.
Because initially they said they observed, the officer said he observed and heard an individual revving their engines, and then they were attempting to check, they were attempting to check inside the vehicle, and that's when it took off at a high rate of speed, recklessly in the parking lot, as they describe it. And then the vehicle circled the parking lot.
All of that is conclusory, all of that.
And I understand, Judge. And unfortunately, we do not have the OR at this time, so we can, if you give us a moment, we can see if there is an applicable traffic infraction.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of time.
Yes, Judge.
But can you give me maybe 30 minutes?
Yes,
We can
sure.
revisit?
I'm gonna run somewhere else. I'll be right back.
Okay, take a seat for me,
Thank you,
sir.
Judge.
We'll be back with you here momentarily.
All right, Judge, next is page 21, Mutombo, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Mutombo. So you were charged with criminal trespass, I'm sorry, criminal mischief. You were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 9th, 2025, the officers were dispatched to a disturbance call at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officers, one moment, made contact with a woman identified by her Texas driver's license who says she knows the defendant, and who was the witness observed the defendant waving a gun in the air, and she further advised the defendant later pointed the gun at her vehicle. The witness stated she was alarmed but did not think the defendant would shoot her, and advised that she advised the defendant to put the gun down and started to walk towards her vehicle, and the defendant began to walk towards her vehicle in a forceful manner, causing her to become scared. The witness advised the defendant is known to be aggressive and that she drove off the premises and called her mother. The officer later met with the defendant's mother, who advised receiving a phone call from her daughter that the defendant had pointed a gun at her, and that she had advised the defendant to come back to her house. And she defended her daughter as she pointed her gun at the defendant. The witness advised that the gun did not have a magazine inside, but that the defendant had retrieved the magazine and confirmed that the defendant got her BB gun from her house earlier. I apologize, Your Honor.
It's okay.
If we could just reapproach on this in a moment, because
Should you mind taking a seat in the jury box? We'll be back here momentarily, sir.
And Judge, we do have one more arraignment. However, I don't see Michael Mercer here, so.
Okay,
Did you want to wait?
yeah, we can, sorry.
Council for reset?
Any THAs?
Yes, Judge, we have one.
Okay,
Yes.
one. Hey,
What's the last one?
who's your client?
Luis Suarez, Your Honor, is here on a.
Is it DVR, right? What's the last name?
Suarez.
Suarez. Come up, Mr. Suarez.
Juarez.
Or Juarez, come up.
He is going to, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
May I
I'm just gonna admonish him that don't miss again, otherwise it's just not gonna go well. Hopefully he's,
I talked to him when this happened. He's working at a ranch as a cook in San Diego, Texas. So that's about.
just let us know so we know, you know, because we don't know, and then that's why it's always happens. So just keep us in the loop, and then, so for future reference, if he gets called upon again, tell him to go to a Quest Diagnostics, wherever he is, get the results to you, get it to pre-trial, and then we're happy, you know?
Thank you, Judge.
That's what normally happens, and then,
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
it's okay. Just for future reference, that's how we normally would do it, you know?
May I go upstairs and then come back out?
Done, no rush.
I'll see you in a
Absolutely.
minute. Thank you, Judge.
Judge, did you want to start with the THAs? All right, Judge, page 24, Austin, come on up.
You have an application, do you not?
Yes, sir. I'll turn it in.
You turn it, okay, let me take a look at it and then, um, okay, varies doesn't work. I need you to put,
Did I mark it out?
No.
Oh, I did?
here, if you could just give that back to him. And here, Deputy, if he needs a pen. I have one on Racinos that I'm granting. Okay, I'll grant it for you, Mr. President. Just take a seat for me momentarily. I'm granting it on post on as well.
That was it, Judge.
That's it? Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if you were still doing arraignments.
No, I'm ready for you. Come on.
Thank you. How are you this
Hey,
morning?
what's up? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. Approaching on Miss Jacqueline Roberson.
Okay.
It's a deed of your first. So this is one, Your Honor, that she was on the fence about how she wanted to proceed, if it was going to be PTI, probation, or trial. She spoke this morning, she wants to proceed with PTI. I know it's getting a little long in the tooth, but
230 days.
I can
So
get it done quick, you know.
Give
I
you a
mean,
week.
she already has an email to get the mitigation information to me. Once she gets that to me, I get her an application and get an
I'm giving her a
answer.
week. She's got to have it in a week.
That's fine, y'all.
Okay.
She has to be in the program in a week?
No.
I can get an answer.
The program, get all her materials to you to turn in a week.
Oh, we'll have an answer by the end of the week.
Okay, go for it.
Thank you.
All right,
Have a
have
great
fun.
day.
You too.
Thank
You ready? Please.
No, well, it's first. Good morning, Judge.
Hey,
How are you?
what's up?
Cespedes Ramirez.
Cespedes with a C?
Yes, I think it's under Ramirez on your docket.
Council for reset?
So Judge, the last time we were here, he did a walkthrough, a TRAS walkthrough for the DWI PTI program. We just waiting on the contract. So I just need to reset for that.
Are they waiting on anything? Alex Ramirez?
Looks like discovery is complete, Your Honor, and then let me see if there's any updates as far as PTI. Doesn't look like, Your Honor, because it looks like the last thing we have is they received the TRAS. So I think they should be.
You guys have the contract and everything?
And then counsel, would you have already addressed back on the 30th of January, the ineligibility of your client's license? Because that was the last thing we have. Was that already addressed?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, he would just get a portable device. That's all
okay.
it is.
And then
You
the
signed
note-
a no driving affidavit on it?
That would be signed once the contract, because all that's attached with the contract.
because it says that according to, you would have to do that first, and then it says with that option, then the agreement can be sent. So I believe you have to
You can have to do that first.
do that first, the no driving affidavit.
We have one here,
Get what first?
The no driving affidavit.
driving affidavit.
Oops, I don't think so. I just need to, I've told her, usually what I do is I just explain him, he'll get a he'll sign a no driving affidavit. And, it's just over.
Let's roll you to Wednesday then and see where we are, you know?
Can we excuse his appearance though? Because either way, if we get the contract on Wednesday, he won't be, he still needs to get the device anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you,
And I'll reach out to Brenda again, just let her know.
appreciate it.
Mhm.
Okay, hi, you ready?
Yes.
Did you guys bond out?
Yeah. I hope they're-
Your Honor, can
Okay.
we turn off live stream? I
Mhm.
found out it was star of a show on YouTube and TikTok this morning.
Take it on?
We talked briefly on
Go ahead and sign for
Probably.
yourself.
Friday.
Yep.
I want to give you an update on where we were with her in more detail. So the case up in felony court is set for disposition setting. They allege the same violations, the drug case or the drug. Since the last setting, we retained Dr. Mosiani, who was the former head of the Institute for Forensic Sciences and is now working at
Counsel for reset?
their School of Pharmacology. So she's dual degreed in
No,
both toxicology and pharmacology.
Okay,
One of the things that concerned us was that after we got a hold of the lab result records, there was an email in those lab result records that was inconsistent. And I'm simplifying it because I'm not versed well enough in the terms. However, they basically said, if it's a result under, say, 25, that's a problem and that could be a contaminant and don't report it as a positive result. Well, when we looked at Mr. Frawley's results, there were several that were under 25 that were reported as a positive drug test, which seemed totally inconsistent with what they were being instructed to do by the lab. When I say they, I mean the probation department. So we then said, why are these being reported as positives? Granted, it's not all of them, but some of them. And we got a very inconsistent answer. So we hired Dr. Mosiani. When Dr. Mosiani got it, she identified 6 areas of concern for her. She said, first of all, the idea of labeling these amounts under 25 as a contaminant is absurd. She said that's simply not possible as part of the
is that just an
manufacturing.
arbitrary number that they're picking?
Not that, it's that result, that methamphetamine is a component of drug manufacture is categorically false. Her exact words were,
You're saying the fact that it can show up as a false positive?
no, the instruction from Averell that, let me read her statement to you. It says here, The assertion by Anna Torres of AverHealth that methamphetamine could be a contaminant of amphetamine production is categorically false. Methamphetamine cannot occur as a byproduct or contaminant during amphetamine synthesis. This claim suggests either a misunderstanding of chemical manufacturing or an attempt to rationalize questionable analytical findings. That was her first finding of 6. The other findings raise really serious questions. Essentially, what Dr. Moziani is seeing is that Ms. DeFrawi's results are entirely consistent with taking the medication. The ratios of methamphetamine to amphetamine are completely reversed from what you would find if somebody was using an illegal drug.
Is it possible she's using both?
No, because the amount, the concentration of a methamphetamine is too small. It's de minimis and it should be much bigger. So this raises a bigger problem, which is why is AverHealth reporting these as positives? And why is probation, and why haven't they addressed this when their own internal reporting systems differ from AverHealth? And we're trying to get to the bottom of it. So we've subpoenaed a bunch of records from AverHealth to address their lab protocols pursuant to what Dr. Moziani has asked us to obtain. Things like, did you test for analog substances? If you have information that someone is taking, say, Ritalin, when you run the gas chromatography testing, you should adjust your findings to determine whether the peaks you're seeing are in fact prescription drugs. And we're waiting on that info. I think we'll have it shortly. But
Did you go upstairs yet or no?
well, yes, we have issued the motion to get that data through the felon court. So we will have that data in probably a week or so. And I think that's going to solve the problem.
Do you want to put it off until then as well?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
suggest we just carry it to the end. I would suggest that what we're going to find is AverHealth has had this problem in other states. They've got 2 class action lawsuits where their reporting is at risk.
You
And
provided us with those copies?
yes, they've got 2 federal class action lawsuits in 2 separate states. And I think we're going to find that there's a great deal of confusion at AverHealth is how they go about this particular part. I know that the felony courts are split about how they want to handle AverHealth because they weren't accredited when they do these tests.
Okay.
I don't think it's an issue that rises when you're dealing with cocaine or with marijuana, but I do think it's something that rises when you deal with amphetamines.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah. Will, I signed your motion. Oh, I only saw one.
I think another one was put in queue.
Oh, yeah. Okay. When was the substitution? Yeah. Okay. I signed it. I signed them both. Yep. Ready? Hey.
Judge, I'm here on Justin Bohorquez. It's a 2000 theft case. I spoke to the prosecutor, the chief.
What's the last name? What's the last name?
Bohorquez.
Okay. What are we doing?
We're gonna do a class and dismiss 1-month contract.
Okay. So is it just one anti-theft class?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll set off a week.
Give me your. Can we do it 2 weeks? I mean, it was
The case is 1,987 days old. So I'll give you 2 weeks, but at that time, if it's not done, I'm setting it for trial.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
It was just why I was good.
Okay.
Sure.
2 weeks should be sufficient though. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go here, brother.
Yes, you can, it goes there. You can let
Yeah, yeah,
it there.
Yeah, because people have gum.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Mr. D.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Nick?
Your Honor, I am here on Mr. Kerry Malbrough. I was appointed to represent Mr. Malbrough on 12/26/24, at which time I had filed a motion for psychiatric evaluation. He was supposed to appear on certain date. He informed me that we can't force him to go take a competency examination, Your Honor.
Quiet. Is the schedule complete?
Okay, so I guess what we can do, we'll just put on the record that he refuses to go,
Yes, sir.
you know, that way you were covered,
Okay.
you know?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
I don't
Am I
know,
going, Cuba?
I don't know if I have Ramona here today. I don't know if Ramona's here
Am I
today.
right?
I think she's gone, but we can do it tomorrow.
We can roll it tomorrow.
And then do you have an offer on this case?
You see, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
You put one on there?
Yes, Judge.
And
We'll
is
look at it.
discovery complete?
Discovery is complete, Your Honor.
Okay, so if you can put an offer on there.
Yes, Judge.
What do you want to do?
I want him to go through the competency examination. I believe that he really needs it, but if he doesn't, then that's.
Doesn't want to do it, doesn't want to do it, we can put out a record that that's what you advised. He refuses to do it, so,
Yes, sir.
and then we'll, by that time, tomorrow, we can put everything on the record that
Yes,
there's an
sir.
offer, we'll give you 30 days, and then, yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's a first,
Yes, sir.
true first?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
okay.
My understanding it is, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
It's easier that way.
I just see the one, right?
Sorry, Your Honor.
I just see one.
We only are aware of one. Something on one of the non-official websites said there was an FSGI also, but I'm only aware of one. That's all I have seen on the district clerk's website unless it's changed since this
Do
morning.
you see anything else,
John
Alex?
Smith.
Yeah.
Smith.
Do you just see the DWI?
I just see the DWI, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On February 14th, 2025, at approximately 4:50 hours, the officer observed the defendant operating his motor vehicle at the 2300 block of Rice Boulevard. The officer observed the defendant run a red light and crash into another vehicle, and observed the defendant then drive his vehicle from the scene of the crash past the officer. As the defendant was passing the officer observed him in the driver's seat of the vehicle and to be the sole occupant. The officer initiated a traffic stop and observed the motor vehicle from the time of the crash. Following that, the officer made contact with the defendant, and the defendant made a res geste statement stating, "Did you see the guy that hit me?" The officer came into contact with the defendant and noticed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, red, watery, bloodshot eyes, and the defendant was swaying. The officer ran his information, name, date of birth through NCIC, TCIC, and returned a valid driver's license photo belonging to the defendant. Standard field sobriety tests were asked to be performed, and the defendant refused the test. The officer placed the defendant under arrest and transported him to JPC, where the defendant was read his DIC, to which the defendant refused. The officer then had a blood warrant signed and executed.
Okay. Mr. Smith, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. You have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer, because you do. I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with him, and he'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If they call on you to take a test, then you must come here to take the test. If you fail to appear, then a warrant for your arrest will be issued. I understand that you're going on a business trip, so you're still not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. If you get called on for a test, at that point, you'll have to go to a Quest Diagnostics, wherever you're located. Hopefully he's not out of the country at the time. I don't know how that
So,
happened.
Judge, he is planning on, he has tickets to go to, for business, Your Honor, not for pleasure, to go to Switzerland and then London for how long will you be traveling?
I'll be traveling, leaving
Hopefully.
on Tuesday, and then I'll be traveling back the following Friday.
Okay, I don't think it'll be an issue.
This
If
is
it does, just keep
a
us in the loop.
half, Judge. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's okay. Just keep us in the loop. Just, if you're not, I don't care where you're going.
Yes.
I don't care how big of a business party it is, you can't use.
Absolutely.
All right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll have you sign a resale Victoria. We'll have you get with Fleischer Bunkish, and then you guys are good to go. All right?
Yes, sir. So he has permission to travel.
There's no travel restriction. Just don't drink. That's it. We have tests that can go back quite a ways. So we're going to find out. Right? Okay.
Thank you
guys,
very much, Your Honor.
have fun.
Council, how is April 22nd?
Anna.
Good morning, Judge.
Hey.
I was a couple on your docket this morning.
Okay.
The first, they're all in custody. The first one is Taylor.
Taylor.
Derek Taylor.
Okay.
You revoked his bond on Friday because he picked up a new case. I am here to see if you would consider reinstating his PR bond and with an ankle monitor or lowering his bond.
This is Bob, Judge.
Taylor.
All right, go ahead and sign your receptor. All right, go ahead and have.
Yeah, I'll have to admonish him, but Anna, I'll give him another chance.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Who else you got?
Williams, he's also in custody.
Okay.
On Friday, Mr. Williams pled to his felony at TDC.
Say it again.
On Friday, he pled on his felony to time at TDC. And I spoke with the state Friday to see if what their position was on it, and they were gonna take a look at it for today.
Williams.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, they're looking at it.
Okay,
Is that it?
and then the next one I have is Rodriguez, also in custody. I don't know if they brought him over.
Give Rodriguez.
But this is the one where it was no PC.
He's here.
Oh, okay. So I got an appointment on the one they sent to the grand jury and indicted.
Okay. On Vicente, right?
Yes.
Oh, right. This is the new one. Okay.
So it's not really new. It looks like it's new, but they had the wrong date.
I get it. I get
Okay.
it. So we got to set them a bond. So bear with me here in a second. I'll bring
Okay.
them both down.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right. Do you mind bringing Rodriguez and Taylor out, please? Casey. It's what's the Taylor? What was his name? Is it
Derek Taylor.
Derek? Please. Okay.
I have a cause number. Okay.
Now I got it.
How you doing, Judge? I have Miss Dennis on docket today for one violation.
Come up, Ms. Dennis. That's why I can't find everything I'm on. I'm sending you for a test now. Don't use. You will be tested again in 45 to 50 days. If you test again for weed, I will revoke your bond and put you in. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Take a seat for me. I'm sending her for a test now, and then she's going to get tested again in 45 to 50 days.
Okay.
All right. All
So
right.
should I get a reset for 45
Yep.
days? Okay.
Yep. And then, but I'm sending her now. I want to make sure she's not using it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Take a seat.
Do you want me to return after?
No, we'll get the test. If it's something, then we'll. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Penny, did you need me?
I'm back on Billy Chapman. I did speak to the day and they said they're ready.
Yes, Judge. After looking at it, we found no traffic code violation and we can only find the conclusory statements as you mentioned before.
Right.
So
I know probable cause. Mr. Chapman, come up, sir. I'm going to find no probable cause in your case. You have to understand, they give out DWIs like it's candy on Halloween. You know why? We lead the nation per capita in fatalities with alcohol-related collisions. Don't become a statistic. One button on a phone, one button, $30. An Uber will take you wherever you want to go. Use it. All right, take a seat. All right, thank you. Come on up, gentlemen. Mr. Taylor, how's jail? Not good, right? We're not asking much. All I'm asking you to do is show up and don't pick up any new cases. You now know you have no one that is going to bond you out. So when you go to jail, you were stuck like Chuck until this thing is over with. Your lawyer has asked for me to give you one more chance. Should I? What are you doing with yourself these days? Why? And where are you living with? Okay, so I have resources for you. We have places that can help you get a job, a phone, a tablet, places to eat, places to sleep. All you got to say is that you want it and we'll try to give it to you. But there's no excuse. That doesn't give you, I get it that you're homeless, but that doesn't give you the right to go in and take some, you know? So don't. All I'm asking you to do is stay in touch with the lawyer that we're giving you and don't pick up any new cases. I will give you another chance, but I'm not going to play this again. You pick up a third case or you fail to appear again, you're going to end up staying with me. Do you understand? Okay. I have Shatoria. She's going to give you a list of places that can help you get a job and places to sleep and food to eat. So there's no excuse. You can always come back here. Whatever you need, come back and I'll give it to you. There's no excuse for you to pick up another case though. You understand? Okay. All right, Anna.
Judge, are we reinstating?
Yeah.
And what about bond conditions?
So bond conditions. So I don't want you to go back to any of the places that you picked up the theft cases from. You're not allowed to go back there. Do you understand? I don't want you to be in possession of weapons as well. As long as you can abide by this and get a job, you and I are cool and stay out of trouble. All right, Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes,
you have been indicted on the assault case. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Do you know which case we're talking about?
the first one.
So let me have them read it to you just to give you a bit of a heads up so you know what we're talking about.
Yes, Judge. On December 24th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to location and made contact with the complainant. The complainant stated he followed his sister when she left the house to come get her back, and the complainant ran into the defendant, the complainant's sister's ex-boyfriend, and told the defendant he could not be around the sister. The defendant walked up to the complainant really close. The complainant pushed the defendant to get some space, and the two got into a physical altercation. The complainant stated the defendant bit the complainant's left arm in between the altercation and then ran away. The complainant complained of pain and was advised by EMS to get stitches.
Okay, so I'm going to set you a bond now of 5,004, which is what all the other bonds are at. And then Anna, it looks like the felony case is set for March 11th.
Okay.
You want to do the day after?
Yes, and his other misdemeanors are on March 12th as well, so that'll be perfect.
Got it. Okay, so we're gonna do it one day after the felony, and then you guys, once, we're gonna try to work a global resolution so that it's all done at once, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, man. So just don't have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and no weapons. I don't know if you're gonna bond out, but those are the conditions on this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay,
Judge for Taylor, was that a regular recess? And states.
Anna, what do you want to do with Mr. Taylor?
Can we do a regular reset? Because his cases are both fairly new and I don't have anything on them yet.
Okay, so this is Anna. That's the one lower left. She's your lawyer. That's who you need to stay in contact with. If she tell me she can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging and you're out there and you're not keeping in contact, I'm going to revoke your bond. You understand? I'm not asking much. Okay. So he needs to sign conditions real quick and then they can both go back.
Okay. And what day on Mr. Taylor?
How's March 18th through the 20th?
Can I do the 20th?
All right, is that a required appearance?
Yes, please.
I would say yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
There's somebody else back there that has hers also. This-
Okay. Yeah, she knows.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Okay, guys, take care. Be good. Be good, Mr. Taylor.
Rodriguez. And both of Taylor's cases are getting reinstated?
Yeah. One.
Sir, Pepper Trust. Luis Juarez is back. He tested negative. He's in the courtroom. You want to?
Juarez, come up.
Conditions, but I'm still concerned with this.
Good job testing negative. You have to let everyone know if you're going out of town, because if we call on you to go take a test and you don't show up, then we issue bond violations. So if you're gone, you have to let him know so he can let us know, so we know to stay. Okay. If you're out of town and you called upon again to take a test, you must go to Quest Diagnostics to take a test, get it to your lawyer, and then he'll get it to us. But you can't miss any more. If you do, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. You understand? You ever have any problems, just talk to him. You have to stay in contact. All right? Okay, guys. Good luck. Yes, sir. You too. All right. Hey.
Judge, I'm approaching on Lan Nguyen. We were here last week. Nguyen.
Okay.
You instructed the state you would give them one more week to try to get in touch with the complainant.
One moment. State, great state. Clyde, I'll hit you next.
Win, correct? Correct.
You've been trying to get a hold of this person since October. We're now in February. It's time to cut ties if you can.
Yes, Judge, and the last time we attempted was yesterday, and we required an interpreter, so we were unable to get a hold.
So
Yes,
let's
and we
move forward without it then.
Judge,
That's it.
we understand.
All right, so see what you can work out, and then if not, just set up a trial. You know, and then
Apologize, because I don't know if they're going to dismiss it. I mean, respectfully, Judge.
I guess talk. So we have a new chief today.
Okay.
And then just keep me in the loop. Okay, Clyde.
Morning, Judge. Here on,
Hey.
excuse me, Doreen Seville. We had sent in the mitigation packet. We hadn't heard back from the DA's office on this. You set it for Monday. If I'd heard, client would have been down there, but we have not. I don't know if I just heard that you got a new chief, so I don't know if something went amiss that way.
Any news? Alex? Seville.
Looks like the last news we have is that Brenda Gomez received the mitigation packet, but no approval or anything as far. And I could reach out again to see.
Yeah, I guess send her an email, see.
I'll send an email.
And can you give me a second, but Clyde, let me see.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't check back.
Just bear with me a second.
Sure.
You ready?
Yes, Judge.
Tell me.
I was trying to reset Mr. Jones and Victoria asked that I approached. It's old. And I believe the previous attorney on Flanagan was also waiting for a report last time he was here.
Are we
still waiting
on Dayon Jones?
Yes, sir.
Lab on what?
I believe that marijuana for the CW violation.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay.
There seems to be a somewhat shaping up to be a global PTI offer, but they want to wait till they have labs back to.
When are they gonna have?
I could reach out to Hector Rodriguez today and see if I can get it. He's usually fairly good at that, so I can.
Look for sometime this week and I'll waive the appearance.
Yes, sir.
Is it waived anyways, I guess? Yeah, so just pick a day this week, whatever you want. Okay, let's go. Come back and we'll see. Hopefully he's gonna see.
Sounds good.
I guess we lost William as well.
Yes, he moved to court 12.
Council for reset. So I think, I know, I should. So no, if you, when there's like. And here's something that's popular, it's just the art testing information. Certification of certified applications. And next, big here, it's kind of stuff in, and that needs to be present with that in council. You know.
Mackenzie, you're still here with us, right?
Yes, but I will likely not be here for most of this week.
Okay.
Because I have trial on court date.
Oh,
And it's
nice.
going to be quite a long trial.
What are you trying?
It's a harassment charge, harassing communication.
Is this something that you kept from?
I need, that's my trial binder for it right there, so I couldn't really hand it off to anybody
Oh.
else. Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yes.
Are they texts or phone calls?
Emails and voicemails.
Well, it's gonna be a doozy.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it was he was getting someone like on the side. If you spoke to someone before you actually decided to take it. But it's answer.
Hey, I'm printing this out. So these are potential jobs for anybody who wants a job that they're looking for people in the rodeo. So like we could give it to that, I guess, give it. you know?
Yeah, we're in. Just give yourself.
Did Diana Galindo show up?
He's here, Judge.
Diana Galindo, come up. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't realize you. Are you ready?
Sure. I will not really judge on it.
Take your time, Hunter. So just have her, look and sit in the.
That would be great.
Have her come around and
Can I ask the page defense attorneys if they should follow them around too?
I don't think. I mean, I don't know who's something. We don't have.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I don't have any busy days. Yeah, I better for James.
I'm waiting.
I mean, what we the judge, on Miss Wynn, the chief has dismissed.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. Anytime you ask me, just feel free to sit in the witness chair or whatever you want.
I said I would love to you.
Yeah.
Is
I wanted to third party.
just to come down and filter through one person and we can just.
I was just bad.
That's what we're hearing here. So the
Yep.
city just give back.
Yeah, anytime. Happy to have anyone.
I'm waiting.
And that was a big change.
She's showing messages. Yeah.
That's like you did on screen.
Now I gotta go get me. What? What? Are you ready?
I'm ready, Judge.
Come up, Miss Gaindo.
Judge, so it sounds like she missed her blows when she was working. She's clean. I don't know if we can go do a test today to prove that. I did notice that we're set for jury trial on the 25th. The only issue I have with that is I didn't realize that I'm set for an ag assault out of Orange on the 24th. So I would be asking for a reset of that jury trial date. As far as the bond violations today, I've explained to her the importance of.
No. We've done this before. This is our third time being back. It's unacceptable. I can't just let her go. Then I become an enabler and I'm telling her it's okay for you to do whatever you want to do. And it's not. You know, if you have an issue, you come up to here, you tell us what it is, and then we can resolve an issue. But I can't just let her go when it's a third violation. No, you're skipping test after test after test after test. This is your third time back on bond violations. It's unacceptable. No. She goes with you. Sorry, you're skipping tons of tests. It's your third time coming back for bond violations. Unacceptable.
Please, my son's graduation is coming. My son's graduation is coming. Please,
I'm not going to talk to you without your lawyer. $5,003. Anything on Seville, Alex?
So I reached out to Brenda and she said there's no approval denial and she's going to send a follow-up email to Ashley Geis to see where her status is as far as that process.
So Clyde, why don't we roll it to later this week? You know, maybe like Thursday. And
I
then
was
I'll-
actually just thinking Thursday would probably give it enough time, and I know that works with my client's schedule as well.
Okay. I'll waive it because I mean, there's no sense for her just coming back for, you know what I mean?
If I get a response and it's positive, I'll bring her down there. If it's negative, I'll bring her down there. If we don't have anything, then I'll just appear again.
Has she not done a TRES yet?
No, that's
Okay,
what we were waiting to do that, but that's why I'd want her down there if she gets approved,
Okay.
so we do the TRAS that day.
Got it. All right, we'll roll you to Thursday then, okay?
Do I need to do anything?
Well, she's here, right?
No, you've waived her appearance if we didn't have a response.
Okay, so then let's make it her appearance mandatory for Thursday in the event that we have a yes, okay?
Got
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Sorry, Joe. It is bottom of page 29. We're still waiting on a response from Ashley. So if you want to roll it to Thursday, appearance required. So if they get the yes, she'll be here to do the TRES. Yeah,
Okay, Thursday.
yeah. Okay, sorry, Joe.
That's fine, Jay.
Anna, do you still need anything?
The state was taking a look at Williams.
Oh, right. What was it? What was the first name on it?
Terrell.
March 2527.
So he just took
2 years TDC.
years TDC on a robbery.
Yes, Your Honor. Go ahead, follow dismissal. Your Honor.
Okay,
There you go.
that's what I want to hear. Okay, thank you very
Done.
much. Maybe
Have
it's you.
fun. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, this is on and off docket matter.
Okay, what you call it?
It's 254-8828. It's Colby Sims.
Okay,
Your Honor, he is here for arraignment a couple of weeks ago,
I remember.
and you remember? Okay. He took away his.
He's got the first evading in a motor vehicle, right? Then he picks up
Right.
the reckless driving afterwards.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's-
I'm assuming you wanted to drive. Show.
Got a little litigation here.
Okay,
He has since taken a driver safety course, an anger management course, and decision making.
is he here?
He is not, he's in school.
I want to talk to him. And I like what you've done. So I'm okay with it. But I just want to talk to him, admonish him, and then I will.
So talk to him first or?
Yeah, I want to talk to him, admonish him,
Okay,
and then I will acquiesce to you.
okay.
Yes, so whatever day you want, I don't care. So
I'll see if I could
I
get him
like
in.
that. That's great.
Yeah.
And I want to just admonish him, you know, and
Appreciate it. It's been a real hardship on the family. Because, you know, he lives.
Great.
so-
That makes me
Right.
very happy.
I mean, that gets the parents involved, you know, him being a 17-year-old. So,
Great. You know, because that's when it is more appreciated. You know what I mean? So that's great.
and he seems to be generally like, you know, he knows he's screwed up. He's like, look, you know, it's not something I was trying to do. I'm not this kind of person. So.
Hey, just bring him here. Let me talk to him and then I'm for it.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
For sure.
One last question, Your Honor. For more, will her appearance be required for, we set it for Thursday just to say.
No, I mean, I don't think so. If you want to waive it, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
On Lakeisha Harris. And I think because of the age of the case, we're gonna have to put it on the trial docket unless you would give us maybe 2 more weeks for the state.
No.
Okay.
Harris's last name?
Yes, Judge, it's Lakeisha Harris, and right now the state said they were just willing to go down to 20 days to bill, but we just can't reach an agreement.
Okay, I'll put it. Yep.
What's the offer?
20 days right now. Well, it was originally 30 days, and the new chief said he would go down to 20, but I've spoken to her and
She's not, no, then let's set it for trial now.
Yes,
There's
Judge.
no sense in delaying the inevitable. You know what I mean?
And
So it's 30 days out.
30 days out, okay, thank you, Judge.
So pick a Tuesday, you know,
It's every Tuesday, Judge?
yeah.
Okay.
So like the 18th, March 18th?
Okay, I'm in town.
Okay.
No problem, Judge. Thank you.
I'm changing my mind on Galindo 7503 because of all the issues.
They might be working with free right now.
Regardless,
7503.
that's what it is. Yeah. If they are, they are. Okay. But I mean, just,
Yeah.
fine. Yep.
I am put you on Ms. Contreras.
Okay.
There's some,
Is it paid off?
it's not, Judge, she had a medical issue, that's fine. Judge, can we maybe cut to the back to talk?
Sure.
Thanks.
May I approach it? On Puente Carizales,
Okay.
just wanted to check in with you, let you know everything's in, should be on your queue here in a little bit for supervision order.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll sign it and then just get whatever reset date you got. Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Awesome.
Have a good one.
You too.
We're gonna get it. The entire.
I have it here.
Hi.
Coach, morning. Oh, this is the one from Friday that we discussed.
What's the last name?
O'Quinn, he's not on the docket. House
Oh,
number.
you're here for, yes. Okay. I'm ready when you are. Mr. Quinn, come up.
Judge, you got the PSR?
I got it. Thanks.
If you want to take a step back, or this is fine, Judge.
This is fine. Yeah. Hey, Vic, do you have the cause number on this, on Mr. O'Quinn?
I have it for you, Judge.
Oh, yes, Judge, it
You got it?
is 254863.
Yeah, okay, you have it. I'm just checking, make sure you got it. Okay, all right. So, Mr. O'Quinn, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can, will be used against you. Okay,
On November 3rd, 2024, officer made contact with the complainant witness who reported an incident from October of 2024. The complainant witness stated that she and the defendant were in a dating relationship for 2 years and share one child. The complainant witness stated that she and the defendant got into an argument in a car. The defendant pulled over and grabbed the complainant witness by the hair and pulled, causing pain, and then, quote, slung the complainant witness to the ground, causing the complainant witness to have a tooth knocked out and bruises to her face and shoulder.
okay. Have you spoken to the complaining?
I haven't been able to get in contact with him.
Okay, so Mr. O'Quinn, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Ms. Daruvala as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. Stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand?
So
If you violate this court order, the state can and probably will file a violation of a protective order against you, and it's one of the worst cases you can pick up. I am ordering you not to have any contact and to be in possession of weapons throughout the pendency of this case. Do you understand? As long as you can abide by these conditions, you and I will be best friends. If I find that you're violating it in any way, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. That's it. I will do everything in my power to protect the public. You understand, Mr. O'Quinn?
May we have no threatening or harassing contact? It's, this incident was set to take place in October. They've been.
I don't know because they've not been able to contact her.
That's what is in their report. It says this happened in October.
That I get,
Okay.
but he's not being able to have contact with her, and I want to abide by her wishes, and I don't know what she wants. Until I know what she wants, then we can talk, but I don't know,
So, not right now, you're not able to do anything until they talk to her and then.
Right, I want to know what her perspective is, whether she wants to have contact with you. How do I know that she wants to hear from you? I don't know that. So I always want to honor the wishes of a complaining witness first and foremost. So
And I can just step out real quick and try again just to see if, I get an answer.
it's up to you. I mean, don't rush it. We can always come back later. Well, hold on. We still need to work on the bond. So I don't see any. No. Well, let's do the bond first. So I don't see any prior criminal history. Do you?
Yes, criminal history. He's been here 6 years. His family's here. The child is here.
So you guys have a child together?
Yes.
How many? One or two?
One.
Okay, so I'll set your bond at $100, Mr. O'Quinn. I'll grant you a PR bond. This is the only one that you're gonna get. If I find that you're a danger to my public, you pick up a new case, you start acting a fool in the free world, no more PR bonds. I will revoke your bond. I will issue a warrant and I'm gonna put you in jail. You understand? You've got a great lawyer. Listen to her. She'll take care of you because you have a lawyer. I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court every month, but you got to stay in touch with her and she'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. All right? All right, now we're done with everything that I need to do. So you guys can step back. If you're able to get in contact with her, at that point, you guys can reapproach and then we can amend the MOA. But other than that, we're done. All right?
Thank you.
Right
Please.
this way.
You ready? Yeah.
Yes, Judge, I'm approaching on Chris Garcia. You wanted him to provide proof today that he had enrolled in school and he didn't have that with some Aldine ISD enrollment paperwork that he brought today.
Okay, can you bring him up?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Garcia, come on that way. And it looks like his start date is tomorrow.
Come up, Mr. Garcia.
You're gonna sign for your bond.
Yes, sir.
Great job. That's where it starts. Look at all these lawyers. Do you know how much money they make?
Yeah.
Sick money.
Yeah.
Ferraris, Porsches, going to Bali, Fiji, extravagant vacations. It starts right here and it starts right there.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Knowledge is power. If you don't have knowledge, you don't have anything in this world.
So you're right.
Starts with school.
Yeah.
Finish it, get it done. I'm going to test you. You're not to smoke weed. If I find that you're smoking, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. I don't want you to be in possession of any weapons as well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm not asking much. Just make me proud. You understand?
I will.
All right.
Thank you.
got it.
Thank you so much. Can I get a standard reset or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But hey, he's going to get tested again. So be ready.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to call him to
Yes,
test
sir.
again. You
Yes,
test
sir.
positive for weed. It's not going to go well for you.
Thank you, Judge.
You ready?
Sebastian had to step on.
You still want to?
So for reset,
Do you still want to do it or no?
Sure, but I'll do it after that. I'm not.
Okay, it's up to you. Michael Fan.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. I have Mr. Justice Herrera. He has a bond violation, Your Honor.
What's the last name?
Herrera.
Gotcha. Yeah, come on.
How are you, Judge?
What's up, man?
Not much, just running around.
I feel your pain.
Judge, I'm here on Mr. Corey Dorsey, Dorsey.
Okay.
I spoke with the chief and the state wants like a 2-week reset to try to get a hold of the CW. If not, they'll
We've
dismiss
been
it.
there, we've done that, we've already tried that. It's 200 days old now.
And we can reach out to our investigator today and see if we just have that 1 week, we can.
I'll give you a week.
Yes, Judge.
That's it.
I understand, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right. Give me a second, Michael. Hold. Moises Herrera, come up.
Judge, did send him for a test as well, and those results are presumptively negative.
This way. Come on. You speak English.
Yes, sir. I do.
To go take a test.
Right.
And you failed to go. If you ever fail to go again, I will issue a warrant and I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? I'm glad that you tested negative, but if it ever happens again, you will immediately get a warrant. Do you understand? Okay. Get you a reset date, Michael.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
You get bottom of page 11. Can I get a date? Bottom of page 11.
This one was a baby on.
Yeah, we addressed.
Okay.
He just tested negative.
Complete. Are there any offers?
So
We're going to apply for PTI, Your Honor.
Okay.
Or without mitigation?
So discovery is complete, and then there is an offer. Let me see if mitigation would be necessary.
Mitigation, I think, is, everybody has to apply for PTI now.
Everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so the policy changed, so
Everyone has to apply for mitigation packet now?
I'm not sure the requirements of certain BAC levels, but I know that everybody has to apply for the.
so it'd still be reaching out through Brenda Gammon and Ashley Guy.
Okay. Did you hear that, Michael? You do a mitigation packet.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now everyone's having to?
I'm gonna check with Brenda today. I'm still learning it too, since I'm just coming down from
I guess
Mr. Muir.
let us know.
I'm learning too, Judge,
That's
so I'll figure that out today.
It's a big difference, you know?
Yeah, I'll have an answer for you tomorrow, Judge.
Okay, so yeah, discovery's complete. They need a mitigation packet so far.
How is March? 18th through the 20th?
Okay, 1 second here. Can you make it the 20th?
Sure.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, Mr. Herrera, good luck. Come on,
Right this way.
you ready? Finals.
Excuse me, I think I'm coming down with something this morning, so.
No. Well, we'll get you out. We'll get you out now.
So,
Floyd Brown, come on up.
What's your question?
and I think the complaining witness is in the Zoom waiting room, should be Lori, Brown. She wants to-
Have you spoken to her yet?
No, because we didn't have a good number for her
Okay,
essentially.
so I'm gonna have him speak to her first, because I don't wanna, because we live stream, I don't want it, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Mr. Brown?
You got a number?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to do probable cause? and-
Yeah, let's do this real quick and then I'll let you guys. All right, Mr. Brown, you were charged with assault of a family member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On February 9th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call. Upon arrival, officers met with the complaining witness who stated that she and the defendant are married. The complaining witness stated that the defendant and she got into a verbal argument over prior infidelity. And the complaining witness stated that the defendant cornered her and headbutted her 5 times in her face, causing pain.
Any alcohol, anything like that as an allegation?
Judge, I don't believe so.
Mr. Brown, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. It appears that a protective order has been issued in this case. Get to know it. If you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and probably will file a violation of protective order against you. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. What I normally do is I order no contact and no weapons unless I know that the complaining witness wants to have contact with you. At that point, if they do, I order no threatening or harassing contact, but you have to understand what is threatening or harassing. Doesn't matter what you think is threatening. I could care less what you think. It's what the other person perceives. So if I go like this, is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is. And it can violate this court order and land you in jail. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with this person, but if it's something where you're constantly butting heads, there's a lot of vindictive people in this world. You got to be careful because you're the one that's on bond for this case. If they call and say, hey man, you're the one that's going to end up. You know what I mean? So those are the conditions now. Are no threatening or no harassing contact. I'm sorry, no contact and no weapons. I'll have Sebastian reach out to her. If she wants to change it, then you guys come back, let me know, and then that's what we do. All right? Okay, guys. Now, hold on. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with him. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging, or you pick up a new case, or you're a danger to my community, I only have one place for you. You understand? Just all I want, be nice. That's all right. Okay, please. Thanks, guys. I guess you let me know.
Yeah, I will. And Judge, for the other walkthrough we had, I got in contact with her as well. She's fine with contact, so.
That was with O'Quinn.
So I briefed Alex so he can just stand in on that one.
Mr. O'Quinn's still here, sir, because I didn't explain to him. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Come on up. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Judge.
Hi.
I have 2 new cases. Both are in custody, Judge.
Okay, who's
Both
first?
have immigration holds. And one case is a DVD case. Sebastian said he doesn't need any
Whatever you want to
bond
do.
conditions.
No,
And on the
obviously,
other case, counsel, state wanted to approach
Yes,
on,
Judge, we're going to approach about a MOAP and no contact on.
what's the last name?
For a Nieto.
Francisco Nieto, Francisco Javier Nieto.
Page 43.
Guys, do you mind bringing Mr. Nieto out?
Oh, I'm gonna need the
Oh,
interpreter then,
okay.
Judge.
Well, not yet, I guess. Just let me know when we get it, then we'll, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Guys.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, please. Hey, it's been a while, man. What's up?
Good to see you,
you. Like you, Mr. Harden? Been a while, guys. What's new? Come on up. Don't be shy. So let's go talking back. We have to bring him out because they want to, yeah, that's Maria. She wants to bring him out. Hunter, you ready?
Yes, Judge. We've reached a resolution in Galindo. I just needed to sign.
So she don't, no more trial?
I'm sorry?
No more trial?
No.
Okay, up to her. She's the one that's driving the bus.
No. It's the left one. Yeah.
Is this a true first? Can you look her up, please?
It is a true first, Your Honor.
Yeah.
You scare me. You know, all I asked you to do was not consume while you were on bond, and you were incapable of doing that. You know, the idea is that you learned something. I know that you say yes, I get it, but that you truly learn something because, yeah, this is the first here. How many times has it been in reality? You know, you have to understand that from now on, anytime you get pulled over, an officer will see this. If they smell alcohol on you, what do you think they're going to do? What?
I don't want to take a breath of that.
No.
Go take it in.
Right. That's what's most probably going to happen. And what we're doing today, the proverbial slap on the wrist, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. The idea is that you learn to where if you're going to endanger yourself, okay, but don't endanger other people. God forbid you make some kind of catastrophic mistake where you're looking at 30 to 40, 50, 60 years, because every day it happens in Harris County. Every day someone dies from alcohol-related collision. And it's not fair when $30 will get you anywhere you want to go with one click of a button, man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement today. What you're doing today is you're making a lifetime decision. So don't take it lightly, because once you plead guilty to this offense, there's no turning back. You cannot come back tomorrow, next week, 2 weeks and say, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't want to do this anymore. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement, Ms. Galindo. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged, read in open court. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. Is this what you want to do?
I'm guilty.
Ma'am, I'm going to find you guilty. I'll send you to 3 days in jail. I'm going to give you credit for 1. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Let me make one more thing clear to you, that DWI is huge business in the state of Texas. When you plead guilty to this type of offense, there is a $3,000 surcharge that tax onto you. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. I'm not going to hit you up, but a second DWI, you're looking at $6,000. If you come back with another one, get ready. It's a minimum of 30 days in jail. And you're also looking at potential up to $6,000. Get a clue. Good luck, man. Please hit the clerk. 90 days.
We're gonna run the courthouse.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Guevara's a plea.
Yes, Your Honor. This is Guevara.
Mr. Guevara, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor, so you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 90 days in jail with credit for the 29 days that you've done.
Yes.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it stays like this on your record forever. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now he has, that he has 2 open DWIs?
He has 2, Your Honor. We're dismissing 1.
Dismissing 1.
Yes, Judge.
Does he have an immigration detainment? Do you know?
I believe he
Yes,
does.
he
Your
has a
Honor.
hold, he
Yes.
said.
Mr. Guevara, is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above?
Yes, sir.
All right, through to the enhancement. How do you plead to the offense, or guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Fine, you guilty. I will send you to the 90 days in jail. I'm going to suspend your license for 1 year. Do not drive. You know, from now on, whenever you get pulled over, an officer is going to look at your record and they're going to see DWI, DWI. If they smell alcohol on you, the next time you get pulled over, it's probably not going to go well for you. A third DWI, you're looking at a third-degree felony, up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand? Get a clue. Good luck, Mr. Guevara.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not, if he wants to be part one, he can. I'm not gonna. Okay. All right. You are Mr. Nieto. Mr. Nieto, you are charged with harassment. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 14th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a disturbance family call at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the complainant, who stated the defendant had already left the location and was down the street wearing a black sweater and blue jeans. The officer made contact with the defendant, who matched the description. The complainant stated she was washing dishes when she received a phone call from the defendant, who wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day with her and that he was coming over. The complainant noticed when the defendant arrived, he had already been drinking alcohol and brought over a new bottle of tequila. The defendant entered the residence, drank the entire bottle, and started belligerently yelling about his ex-wife. The complainant asked the defendant to leave. The defendant refused, and the defendant started breaking items in the house and threw a vase at the complainant, which she was able to dodge. The complainant eventually got the defendant out the door, and the defendant then threatened the complainant, stating, "If you don't let me inside the house, I'm going to send someone to shoot up the place." He said this several times. The complainant was in fear for her life, and the complainant is in a dating relationship of 5 years with the defendant, and the two live together.
What are you requesting?
We're requesting a MOAP, Your Honor, and no contact with the complainant.
I see a protective order has already been issued.
Has there been issued, Your Honor? Yes. So we're just wanting to make sure there's one issued. Okay.
So understand, Mr. Nieto, that I'm going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. As a condition of your bond, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with this person, not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and to undergo random testing. The protective order has been issued. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate the protective order, the state can file more charges against you as violation of protective order. If you ever have any questions about what you can and cannot do, you can ask your lawyer and she can tell you what you can and can't do. Just be careful while you're in the jail, as all phone calls are recorded. Anything else?
No, Judge, that's all.
Okay.
We're waiving a bail hearing on both of these.
Okay. All right, Mr. Nieto, good luck to you and good luck to you, sir. Okay. Thanks, guys.
The proposed judge back on a Quinn. I think they were able to speak to the complaining witness.
Yeah, we were able to speak with him. Sebastian was able to make contact with her, and he's fine with no threatening, harassing as a condition.
He's in the box. Come on.
So,
And just so we're clear, I know you mentioned like a 200 feet restriction. And so they spoke
We're
to
good
her
with
about-
removing that.
and so I will take off the residential restriction and I'm gonna order you not to any threatening or harassing contacts. Just be careful. Like I said, I don't know what kind of relationship you have with this person, but if you're constantly butting heads, be very careful. You know what I mean? A lot of vindictive people in this life. Gotta know who your audience is. Okay, man. Good luck.
Thank
We'll
you.
get it done.
It's right here. The bond.
Well, no, she wants the bond sign. You're still here. What happened?
Sebastian got a hold of complaining witness on Floyd Brown. She's
Same thing? We good?
Same thing, no threatening, harassing. And
So just let your client know we'll amend all the stuff. So,
So yeah, there is the MOAB and there's also the bond conditions.
yeah, we'll have him print out the MOAB and then I'll amend it. For sure.
That was for. Yes,
You ready? Hey, good morning.
I spoke with your partner. He's got a motion itself on a Mr. Hugo Martinez.
I'll sign it.
Okay, and just
So we do a status.
for your knowledge, Judge, we got this individual out of immigration on a bond. He's had 3 separate ICE holds for some reason. The most recent coming after the bond's already been given. I went to the jail to talk to the officers there to see what's going on, and I'm not sure why there's still a hold on him, even though there's like a bond.
Is he on dock today?
No, he's in custody. He also has a bond from this court that he hasn't paid yet. When I spoke to the officer, they told me it was $3,000. I looked online, it's $1,000. I don't know where they're getting their numbers from.
What's your cousin?
Yes, sir.
And then we can do a deeper dive.
It's 253-6126.
So, yeah, I'm showing bond has been made. Bond is set at 1,000. He made a cash bond on January 27th.
Okay.
So it looks like immigration put a hold on January 31st. And yet he's still here, right? He's still,
Yes, sir, he's here.
do you want to put him on for tomorrow or what?
Let me see what I got going on.
Have you gone to do you have an immigration lawyer?
Yes, sir, we do. I mean, we think our next step is to file habeas or something, because it's just strange that, the hold is still there. So we're gonna try to figure that out. I just wanted to double check about his bond in here.
What's that website that people go to for immigration stuff? You know what?
EOIR, I think. I mean, I've got the documentation, Judge. I can just bring it, tomorrow, but.
What does it say? Does it, you know how it has like a master docket and it says there's a future date, this date, and then this is what's supposed to happen? What is it?
I haven't checked it, Your Honor. I just got hired for this on Friday. So, I mean, I can come back and try to fill in the blanks.
Yeah. Well, he's on bond with us, so there's really nothing for me to do.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Everything is with the immigration court, so you'll.
Have to deal with them, yeah. Yeah, but I'll figure it out. I just want to let you know, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Hey, Greg, what's up, man?
It's off docket. It's just, I was gonna see if you could sign my motion or order for investigator funds.
Just have him put it in the queue. I'll sign it.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Whatever you want. So, Mr. D.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
What happened?
Excuse me, Deputy.
Your Honor, we're
I believe the
going to
defendant
approach
wants
the
to talk.
judge. We're going to approach him on this matter. There are some things that you need to know about relative to this case, what it transpired.
Who's your client?
Mr. Kerry Malbrough.
What's the last name?
Malbrough, Malbreaux. We're requesting a court reporter to put this on record. One is on the way.
Okay.
We have some MAC personnel that's going to be participants in the motion.
Judge, I'm not really sure my role in the participation. I thought Mr. Dixon was withdrawn from.
No,
Okay.
I never would.
Oh, that's what it- That's what
That's
I believe you
Joe.
had indicated.
Not withdraw. We were gonna let the judge know that he was dissatisfied with me as a.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't.
So I guess what had happened was that he wanted to set it for a comp eval, and Mr. Malbrough just didn't want to do it. So we were going to put it on the record, just the fact that he didn't want to do it, that there was an offer on the case, and we were just going to set it off like 30 days to see whatever they were going to want to do. I think that's the most that we had spoken about what was in.
That was it, Judge.
So.
But, and we'll go on the record. We'll have, a court report is coming.
Yeah, I guess just give me a few, we'll.
Since this is a bit sensitive to you, Judge, can we disable the?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Greg?
The time we didn't have it fully summarized, now we have it.
Ready to go?
Yes, just let me pull it up again.
So.
Fernando Cueva?
So you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause again. They have the full report now, so we'll find out what happened. Okay.
Loading it right now. Okay. So on Sunday, February 9th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a disturbance call at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The complainant advised that she was going to a nearby gas station, Circle K, and a man she knows, the defendant, was waving a gun in the air and later pointed the gun at her vehicle. The complainant drove off the premises and called her mother, the witness, and the witness advised the defendant.
Not at her vehicle.
Stop.
The defendant advised the defendant to come back to her house, and defending her daughter, she pointed her handgun at the defendant. The defendant advised that he went to the Circle K gas station and that he was carrying an airsoft gun because he was scared. He advised he waved the airsoft gun in the air, but never pointed at anyone directly. The officer detained the defendant and placed him in the back seat of the patrol vehicle. The defendant was cursed at deputies and tried to agitate. The defendant tried to threaten deputies for not assisting him in the way he wanted the incident handled. When he did not get his way, he damaged both rear seat belts by cutting them with a knife found on his person. And the defendant would start to kick the doors, and bang on the cage. The estimated cost of damage to the patrol vehicle is $250.
Okay. All right, Mr. Mutombo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? If you violate this condition, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds, sir. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes.
Would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
No, it's actually, I have a lawyer that I can speak to.
You sure you don't want a lawyer?
I would, yes. Let me apply for one. I would like one.
Okay, so I just need a little bit of information from you. Let me take a look at it, and then I'll have you talk to someone here momentarily, okay? Just be nice when you're out there. I don't want any issues. I want my public safe. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public, all right? All right, come. Can you file no weapons, please?
And no contact or just no weapons?
No, you're giving him an application. Yeah, I guess no contact with the plain witness. Mr. D.
Judge, we approach for a plea on Mr. Curtis Johnson.
Yep.
May I please bring up my client, Judge? Yes. First, come on up. Judge, this is a time serve on AFM and dismissing the other two.
Morning, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, you're charged with 3 total cases. You're charged with assault of a family member, failure to identify oneself as a fugitive from justice, and criminal mischief. It looks like you've worked out a plea bargain agreement. They're going to dismiss 2 of them. You're pleading guilty to the assault case. You need to understand that this carries many, many consequences. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that if you ever pick up another case like this again, you will be looking at a 3rd-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And it doesn't have to be a dragged down fight where you're punching and kicking. No. All you do is squeeze someone's arm and it hurts just a bit. They'll hit you with a 3rd-degree felony. You understand? Sure. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement today again as well. No more guns, no more ammunitions. You understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial. right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. Under federal law, you give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense of assault of a family member, sir? I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 6 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. Like I said, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. So you pick up another one of these cases. You understand?
Sir.
All right, good luck, sir. Please see the clerk.
Yeah. Judge, I have two other things. Mr. Quaylar is set for bond forfeiture last week.
No. Okay. That's it.
And then
5,001. Or no, I think it's more than that.
Mr. White, Mr. President, spoke to Richard. He's wondering if we can, the felony is reset until 3/25. There's already a deal in place that if, you know, that takes care of, then all this goes away.
Done.
Is that okay? Yes, sir. No,
Sure.
You got it.
Okay, counsel. Hi.
Good
It's
morning.
okay. Good morning.
Here for Mr. Cueva Gonzalez, accepting a plea, Your Honor.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Cueva Gonzalez.
So we're doing 90 days probated for 6 months, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's a straight.
Great provision.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Cueva. Sir, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Is this a first or a second? Alex,
Your Honor.
True first?
True first, Your Honor.
Okay. So you have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 90 days in jail to be probated for 6 months. You must do a DWI education class, a victim impact panel, and a TRAS. A TRAS is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those to complete this probation successfully. No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, and 20 hours of community service. A one-time $100 donation to Mothers Against Drunk Driving. You need to understand something, that this DWI is going to go on your record. You will be looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail from now on if you ever pick up another DWI. And just the fact that you have this on your record, you ever get pulled over and you smell like alcohol, it's probably not going to go well for you. So I would never, even if you had a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car. You're taking a huge risk. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this probation, it's a contract you're signing with us. You either complete it successfully. If you violate it, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'll put you in jail and I'm going to bring you back out. We are only going to talk about if you violate it. If you do, you're looking at up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
I know you're on our practice immigration law as well, but I also want Mr. Cuevas could also speak with his immigration attorney to make sure he understands if there's any consequences to this plea.
So you have spoken to an immigration lawyer?
Yes.
Great. Do you have any questions? Okay. I'm not going to suspend your license. I don't know what the status of your license is now, but just be careful. If it's suspended, don't drive until you get it back. And you must have liability insurance as well. Okay. How do you plead to the officer? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement, sentence you to it. If you ever have a problem, just come back. We can always help you. We can always work through issues. Money is never a problem. It's doing the stuff that you say you're going to do and do it in on time. All right. Okay. Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Robert.
Okay. Okay. Because I keep seeing the I and the A in the end. In my status.
I know, Amy.
It's oh, yeah. Okay, yes, I think every time I go out is the one instead of connected, it's not Mr. Oakland? I have Mr. Weather.
Hey, Victoria.
What is?
What's her name again? Morgan what?
Who's on ball? Possession.
And what position is she? Is she an attorney?
So.
Okay, Bella. Okay. Okay. Morgan Rogers. Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much.
You're going to get
Just because.
and you can go inside
Things don't shoot 5, 6, 2, 14, 13. Yeah, but that email, that's my email.
What's your neighbor?
November 28th, 1997.
That makes you how old?
27.
So there's a
So you need the address and all that stuff?
No, I can get it up. See, the thing is, I did a police your case, but I never got notice to come down to the court. So I just happened to be in there for something else. And that's why I did it.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Got the address of your friend, put the address in y'all.
And I was on actually on the report.
Is it his house or where?
Nah, it was actually a hotel.
Yeah.
But you check it out.
So he has a hotel and he's still a
Yeah.
driver's license?
Weird. But I guess for that reason, I didn't give him. Nobody talked to police on it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't there. He was only there for like 5 minutes. Not only does it actually, the person who's far at the lead, you know, that's good. Go out there and check everybody cam, and then you get a whole flood of them. Obviously, when they want to, you know, that's there.
All right, I'll check it out and see what they have on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, yeah, I know you asked them harsh. It's not very harsh. She's such a. Are you looking at?
K-R, B-I-N, Kennedy. Sure. Hi, who do we have here?
I have, I was assigned Mr. Weathersby.
Okay.
Lyndon Weathersby.
Good morning, Mr. Weathersby.
I got evidently I got assigned vacation early this morning, but I never got a text or email from the MAC, so I'm gonna have to contact them to see what happened.
Do you want to stay on or no?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna stay on, but I just never, I mean, I was assigned to report today, but the reason why I'm just now showing up is because I never.
Oh, I don't care. I'm glad that you came. There's no time. I'm glad that you came.
But the only reason.
Don't worry about it.
In here, but I never got notified, so if I hadn't told me, then I would have never known.
Hey, don't worry about it. We're glad that you made it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, Ms. Weathersby. So it appears that you were on bond for possession of marijuana. You have continually failed to appear, and now you've picked up a criminal trespass. We're going to do probable cause on the criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On February 14, 2025, the officer conducted a criminal trespass investigation at the Mustang Inn in Harris County, Texas. The officer was aware management often complained of people in the parking lot selling drugs, and no trespassing signs are posted on several sides of the property. The officer observed a black vehicle idling in a parking space with 3 occupants inside. The officer made contact with the occupants and could smell a strong and distinct odor of marijuana and could see a heavy cloud of smoke emitting from the vehicle. The occupants were instructed out of the vehicle, and the officer identified the defendant. The officer knew the defendant by name and sight from a previous arrest. The defendant had been previously arrested for possession of marijuana on the same property and had been given a criminal trespass warning on that same day and was advised not to return to the property.
Okay. All right, Mr. Weathersby, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on the trespass as well. I'm going to order you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this place. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It is a condition of your bond. If you do, because I don't know if you're going to bond out, but if you bond out, this is one of your conditions. You're not to go back to this place. If you do, you will get rearrested, go right back in, and the bond is just going to go higher. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you follow those conditions, please?
Referring to that. Yes, Judge.
Okay,
Actually,
so
it's set at 1,000. Would you consider a bond reduction, Your Honor?
no,
Okay.
you're a flight risk. You don't show up. I mean, we've given you bond after bond. He just doesn't appear, does what he wants to do. So,
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
okay.
Can I see them?
Hey, Anna Harden's fun.
Bring him up.
Please.
And also, Judge, someone was trying to sue me.
It was rigged, Judge.
Yeah, so I need to tell Morgan that we'll postpone the hearing until tomorrow morning. So I need Mr. D and Morgan.
Okay.
So, all right. Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, first offense. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow, so you were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're also charged with failure to stop and give information on that one. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You are making a lifetime decision today. You are making the decision where both of these cases are going on your record today. You need to understand that these will have severe consequences in the fact that if you get pulled over, an officer is going to see this. If they come up to your car and they smell alcohol, they smell weed, they smell anything funky, it's probably not going to go well. So don't give them the tools. You know what I mean? It's really easy with one button on a phone. $30 will take you anywhere you want to go with an Uber. It's so much easier, you know? You have to understand that what we're doing today, this proverbial slap on the wrist, I mean, from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail on a DWI. Do you understand? All right. You're giving up many rights. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law, and give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. This is what you want to do. How do you plead to the offense of both of the cases? I will find you guilty and I will sentence you on the DWI to 6 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. And on the failure to stop and give information, I will sentence you to 12 days in jail, credit for the 4 days that you've done.
Should be 6 and 6.
No, it's 12 and 4 and 6 and 2.
You didn't see that?
I think it's same thing either way, right?
It's time served.
Yeah, it's time served.
Okay,
It
well,
doesn't
I'm
matter.
sorry, I didn't see that on the
You
paper.
know,
That's my bad.
You're allowed to make mistakes every once in a while, right? But if you continue to make the same mistake, when you endanger other people's lives, there are very serious consequences. There's a surcharge of $3,500 that would tack on this DWI. I'm going to roll it for you today. But you pick up another DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge. Get a clue. It's not hard. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license, and good luck to you.
Thank you,
All
Jan.
right,
And
Timothy.
he can come back here if he needs to get occupational and all that other stuff.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Jan.
Okay.
And we both be excused.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, Mr. Johnson.
Oh,
Let me just let them know. I'm going to put this on the record.
of course. We needed the order for the ignition interlock to be taken off.
I don't know.
Once everything is signed, all of the paper, you can go over to 29, and they'll just need to see that your signature on
Yeah.
the judge and everything, and they will send it over.
Thank you. Thank you, Jan.
Okay. Yes, please. All right. Give me 1 second. Hey, Morgan, Mr. D, can we go back on the record real quick?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, we're going on the record. Please do not talk. If you need to talk, go outside. All right. We are back on the record in cause number 2543479, the state of Texas versus Mr. Weathersby. So we're going to postpone this hearing until tomorrow. The appropriate people will be here, just can't be here today. So
Sorry, Judge, I'm trying to do for the coordinator what you requested.
we're going to postpone it till tomorrow morning, 9:30 in the morning. We can reconvene. We'll have the appropriate people here so we can find out exactly what the scope of the MAC is, what they can and can't do, and then we'll go from there.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right. Thanks. Excuse until tomorrow morning, 9:30. Off the record. Okay, counsel, you ready? Good morning.
On the Melania Smith matter, there's a issue about an extension of her probation.
She sounds like the direct program judge.
Oh.
They requested a 3-month extension.
Where is Miss Smith?
She's here.
Come up, Miss Smith.
The request was sent last week. They wanted 3 months for her to complete IFC SOP. She completed it over the weekend.
Ashley granted a 3-month extension. Wasn't sure if they want to wait or. He's supposed to get off probation March 1st, but she owes $325, so we're waiting to see now if she wants to continue the extension or just allow her to.
Has you paid that money off?
Yeah, that I just looked at was $240 and recently, like in the last 20 minutes, just paid that.
Oh, great. So everything's paid off.
Well, they're delinquent. According to my probation officer, he said if I was in good standing, then everything else, I wouldn't, I mean, there wouldn't be anything else I would actually have to pay. I finished.
I know. I think that you're supposed, I don't know.
He's supposed to get off March 1st. Initially, the extension was requested for IPS. They said that she's satisfied that, they're okay with allowing her to terminate.
Great.
But because she has a $325 balance, they didn't make a decision on a 3-month extension.
But now she's satisfied that, right? So,
I don't see that on my end yet. I can double check.
so why don't we do this? Why don't we postpone it till later in the week? Because it takes so,
$240. I have my bank account that I can show.
no, but it has to reflect in the system though. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's not the end of the world. I'm sorry. I can waive your appearance. Don't worry about it. You know, but you can be here, right? Because if you've done everything that you've done, hopefully they're satisfied with everything and then we can be done once and for all. If you've paid what you need to pay and you're not delinquent anymore, that was all that was needed for it to happen, right? So hopefully that's sufficient for them to say, okay, we're happy. But it might take like a couple days for it to hit the system. That's the only problem. So why don't we postpone to Thursday? I'll waive the appearance. That way you don't have to miss a day of work. Come back. If they're okay with it, then they dismiss. If not, then we'll, I guess, cross that bridge when we get there.
If it's okay, I can make the appearance on Zoom.
Please, that's why we have it. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so can you email them, Alex, and say, hey, that everything's done, she's paid?
I wasn't understanding. You also, because the amount, I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, can you forward? Yeah.
Just stay in contact with him. That's it. Okay.
We can go and say no more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have fun.
Judge.
Tell me.
If I may.
Yeah.
I guess for tomorrow, does client need to be here? Because.
Well, I don't know. That's something I need to talk with Mr. D, whether he wants to do it, you know?
Well, for the scope of the hearing, it seemed like it moved. I was asked to approach for client's desire to have new counsel on the case, which was why I was approaching with Mr. Dixon. He indicated he wasn't withdrawing, but that client could express to the court that he did not want Mr. Dixon as counsel anymore. We didn't get there. We're obviously happy to appoint at any point if that's what ends up happening.
No, I mean, I want to go because I think that now we have more issues that need to be addressed to see what the scope is and what can and can't happen. I mean, because that's,
Does I see somebody floundering in need in court and they're like trying to get attention of an appointed attorney that we have appointed with the back and they're asking for help? I'm not gonna stand by and watch. that
look, I don't want to do this now.
But for tomorrow, it doesn't sound like client has to be here tomorrow. Does he need to be here tomorrow? Because
Let me talk with Mr. D because Mr. D is representing him and then I'll find out.
again, there's been a total breakdown in communication. So it's kind of becoming difficult for client to express what it is that he desires. So we can, I don't even know where Mr. Dixon is. I don't know if he has a reset. I don't know.
I think he stepped out, but I'm sure he'll be right back. And then I can ask him.
Okay, because he has a caretaker and caretaker is not available, and he may not be able to be physically address the report tomorrow.
Okay.
So I just would like to.
Well, let me talk. Mr. D's representing him. You know?
Yeah, see, I don't think it's appropriate for counsel to be approached on this case. I can go out and see if he's here though.
I think I need to sit back there for.
Right.
No,
Okay,
no,
okay.
you're okay.
All right, Judge.
Ready?
Yes. Your Honor, I'm approaching on Rudolfo. Last name is Galle.
Galindo.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did submit the proof of enrollment. Date.
Gallegos.
We submitted.
To do what? What were we
Because
doing?
you asked for him to get enrolled into, get a GED.
Did he enroll?
Yeah, he did. We submitted the proof to the state.
Wonderful.
Did you email it to?
Yeah, they uploaded it.
Great. Okay, so Ms. Okafor, we'll just give you a normal reset.
Okay, thank you.
Have fun. Ready?
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
Judge, I'm back on the cases that we can't get dealt with. Rubio and Rodriguez, these are the illegal dumping cases. I got an email from Mr. Goldberg indicating that we were in the program, but he didn't put a date on it. I responded, I said, what day? Judge wants to know what day. And he never responded.
Let me see if I can get it.
And I discovered that he has been removed from the case. He's been transferred up to Rick Court now.
Really?
Yeah, he's up in Rick Court now.
Wow.
So
It's
I
okay.
don't know.
Look, it's never the end of the world. You know, there's always a solution. Really.
Thank you, Judge.
Not a big deal.
I can catch up with environmental, the new person on it.
Who is new environment, do you know?
Elizabeth Eakin.
I don't know the
I think
person.
she's new on it.
Dealt with her before.
I wish I
Several
could,
times.
I wish I could get more information to the defense counsel. I just don't have it because it's not really on, and I don't really know how cleaning green works.
So it's Rubio and
Yes.
I guess let's set it off a week.
And that's,
Are you okay with that?
We waive their appearance. They've been here every time, Judge, and
I'm okay with it.
they're losing pay and it's my fault. So
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you.
So, and then hopefully by then we'll
If we can
get a date.
I'll contact her because I've had her on other cases. I
Okay.
think I've got her email, so I'll contact her. Find out what he has actually done, because if the court would like to take the time, I have the email where he told me.
I have enough drama.
Everything's good, but he didn't put a date.
I have enough drama. I don't need.
I know, Judge. I know, Judge.
Just see you in a week.
I understand your position.
Approach. Judge, there seemed to be an issue with the client coming to court tomorrow. I don't know if his appearance is required.
I
But
can
what we
wait.
want to talk
It's not a
about.
big deal.
And he wanted me to also address whether or not you would give him another lawyer. I told him that you have a right to request that.
What's going on?
Yes, I just would like to request another lawyer.
The problem is though, is that, you know, if I give you another lawyer, is the same thing gonna happen? I don't, you know,
No, we didn't do it. We didn't try it yet, so you can't say that's what's gonna happen. I don't like get into these things with people because most of the time people are compliant with federal law.
they have their way of doing things, right?
Exactly, I understand.
And so when you start getting into federal law, this and that, it may become an issue. And that's,
When people come to your court, do you care whether they respect what you're saying or not? No, they just have to follow the order. I have a federal judge's order based off of my life, and she made a decision and it never gets respected. That's why I'm in here. The laws were violated to get here. And I'm a person too, a federal Judge Carolyn Beers, this is her decision. That her.
what is he alluding to, Mr. D, about this federal decision that?
I have the paperwork. I can show you. I tried to give it to you last time and you said you couldn't accept it, but I have it. I can go get it. for
I
you.
don't get involved with the minutia of.
I understand, but it's your courtroom and you're responsible for the court procedures. So I just don't want you and your court to get in trouble because, but I can show you, or I can show him.
No,
But
I'm not talking to the prosecutor, sir. You can't do that. So my only issue is understand that if I give you another lawyer now, right, if we end up in the same issue.
You have my word because it's gonna be better communication.
Okay, so let's, Vic, let's go ahead and reappoint. Okay. I still want to go through the hearing though tomorrow though. So I will waive your appearance for tomorrow. You don't have to appear tomorrow, but you have to meet with a new lawyer now so that you can get the information, so you can get together with whoever that person is. And then I want to continue this hearing tomorrow.
Am I supposed to be here? Chris?
Yes, yeah, because you were the one who's privy to this whole thing, right?
I was just informed that you wanted someone.
I understand, but I don't think that she understands what the scope of everything is, and I want to get to that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so just go ahead, take a seat. I'm going to appoint you to someone else now, sir.
And can I say something about that?
Don't. Just, you have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. Yep.
Mr. Riggs here.
Okay.
Okay, on your docket, criminal mischief and failure to ID judge, and he is pleading on both.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Riggs. Mr. Riggs, you're charged with criminal mischief and failure to identify oneself as a fugitive from justice. So on the mischief, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. On the failure to identify oneself, you're facing up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 on both cases with credit for the 85 days that you've done. Is this how you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
You need to understand that both of these cases will go on your record.
Yes, sir.
They will be there for the rest of your life. You can never take them off.
Yes,
You give up a lot of rights. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, there's no turning back. This is what you want to do.
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of failure to identify oneself and criminal mischief? I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Got to be careful. You understand? 95% of the people in there, there's no self-control. Without thinking, if I do this, what's going to happen? Hence, the mischief. You know what I mean?
No.
Good luck.
Judge,
Thank you. Good evening.
she never responded. But it's forever you have to. Thank you. Thank you for trying to say that. Yes, please. Yes, Michael, I don't approach, please.
Mr. Slider,
Judge.
always a pleasure.
Monopoly, you say this not still open, isn't it?
How are you?
How are you?
Doing great.
I need to come back down tomorrow.
You do.
Things wrong.
Top of
How you
page.
been?
Oh, you have another case?
Copy that thing.
Okay. What's the word, Thunderbird?
Copy that pending. I think it needs to get scheduled. We need to get her there. As you know, Miss Usadas comprehension.
Oh, is this the same one that was, wow, how is she? Do you know?
Have we talked to her? Say you, she's talked to her.
Why is it still open?
That's what I was just asking. That's the Monopoly money case. That was from way back when. I'll come back and pull him to the side and talk to him.
How long do you want?
Well, it's compy val, so we got.
We did that a long time ago, did we not?
Apparently it wasn't scheduled, Judge. Elena, why didn't do the schedule?
Dude, it's 270 days old. She's on a bond, right?
No, her appearance was made today.
Hmm?
Her appearance was made today.
Right. So what's the offer in the case?
On USADA, currently it's a 13th month deferred.
But it's not the breakfast that she was, okay, someone brings it out, so she has to understand how to speak to that. I
And-
can't say that she didn't ever understand.
And then there's the issue of even if
she said she has the understanding. When Luke talked to Ms. Usain in regards to the monopoly money, we know that Ms. Usain may not be able to do that. Or, or needs to be some type of simplified version of that. If she couldn't have a 10-second conversation with you about monopoly, how do we expect her to do her team about it?
And look at that. A good conversation with saying you can say that she understands that you know what she's doing.
Okay. I guess set off 30 days and we'll see. But can you make sure that it happens then? Please. Okay. All right. Okay.
Back.
Great to see you, Mrs. Snyder. I'm sorry. Hey, Rick's been, I'm so sorry to keep you waiting, Rick.
No problem,
Rick,
Judge.
Just yell at me next time because I forget about you. I've got like 5 windows open, man.
No problem, Judge. I'm here on
Sorry to keep you waiting.
no, that's no problem, Judge. I enjoyed the process.
Tell me what you got.
John Melendez, Judge, he's there on a BVR. And I think the GPS device has been, the whole issue has been rectified, but I'm not sure. We can check with PT pretrial services there.
What say you?
Judge, I did reach out to the case manager this morning to see Mr. Melendez did check in on the 10th of February to have the device inspected. It was then from the date of the BVR when we lost cell, that cell was then regained on the 10th. And then to my knowledge from the case manager and the device inspectors themselves, they stated that no issues with the charger device were found on our end.
Where's Mr. Melendez now?
Come on. He's there, Judge. Thank you.
Is it operational now?
It's operational as of the 10th when we inspected the device, Judge.
No. I don't, excuses go in one ear and they go out the other. I don't.
That changed. It was something wrong with that device. I got a whole.
They're saying there's nothing wrong with it.
I got a whole new one. I even sort of do like, so put it on a new one. It was too tight. I went back to like.
You must charge the thing every.
It was because like it makes like a sound when you plug it in. It says charging begun, and then when you unplug it, it says charging has stopped. And I called like 2 days before the 10th, the 7th or the 8th. And I told him like it's not making the noise no more. So I wouldn't know if it was charging or not charging or dead or nothing. It wouldn't talk to me no more.
I don't want any more issues.
Sure.
We have any more issues, you and I will have problems. Do you understand? It is your responsibility. No more.
Sure.
All right, take a seat for me. I'll continue it, Rick. Any more?
It was
That's,
originally on March 6th, as one percent.
do you want to keep March 6th?
Yes, Judge. We'll keep that date.
Okay, is discovery complete?
Yes, Judge. Discovery's complete.
Put an offer on the case?
There's a time served offer.
There is now time served. Okay.
I had people working on it.
I'll discuss
Well,
with.
they may be working on a mitigation, but. All right, Rick, it's in you. We'll see you March 9th, okay?
That'd be fine, Judge. Thank you.
All right, friend, or 6th, sorry.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ben. Hang tight. Have fun. Okay, you ready?
Morning, Rich.
Hey.
We're approaching on Heather Baker.
Okay, is this Miss Baker? Okay. Hi, Day.
Judge.
What's up, man?
It's a long morning.
Yeah, I feel your pain. Is Miss Baker wanting a bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Miss Baker, you're asking me to set your bond. I don't know anything about you, and I have about 15 seconds to get to know you. The only way I get to know you is how you are on paper, because that really tells me who you are. Right? Everybody tells me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods and this and that, but really, papers tells me who you are. Okay, Day.
Your Honor, she's wanted out of Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana for 1 charge of illegal possession of stolen things and 1 charge of felony theft. They requested a $50K surety bond or $4K cash bond. State's not opposed to her obtaining a bond, but is against obtaining a low bond. State's requesting a $5,000 bond.
And Your Honor, a little bit about Miss Baker.
She does have 5 kids with special needs that she takes care of. She does have
All 5 kids have special needs?
2 of them, Your Honor. And she does have, her husband's the one who's working, who could pay for the bond. As of right now, he's the one who has taken care of them while she's in custody. But this is something that she has an attorney in Louisiana, has provided her contact information with her attorney from Louisiana, and has stated that as soon as she bonds out, she would go ahead and take care of, go to Louisiana. She has a car that she can drive over to go ahead and take care of this warrant.
A couple questions. How old is the warrant?
January 27th, a little under a month ago. But unfortunately, that's the limit of the information I'm able to get because Terrebonne Parish is closed for President's Day. So I called their DA's office. Nobody's there, and the sheriff's office
Must be nice.
The sheriff's office is limited in what information they can.
Any criminal history?
No, Judge.
Okay. I'll give you a bond. But you have to understand, like, we don't play games. You get one shot. You're old enough to know that actions have consequences. If you fail to act, if you fail to go turn yourself in, then I'm going to revoke the bond. I'm going to set it at 0. You won't get another one.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So what amount?
Your Honor, we would ask for 2,500.
State stands at 5.
All right. So I'll split it. 3750.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Understand though that because you're wanted out of another jurisdiction, you're deemed an inherent flight risk. So you're probably going to have to pony up, most, if not all of it. So we expect you from the day of your release. You have 2 weeks to go turn yourself in. Don't wait until the last day because as Murphy's Law dictates, what can happen will happen. I don't care if you're abducted by aliens, a flat tire, it don't matter. If you don't go within the 2 weeks, a nationwide warrant for your arrest will issue, and I'm going to set it at 0. You understand? Okay. All right. So 3750. Good luck, Ms. Baker. Okay.
Do we need a withdrawal?
Oh, have you before, do you know, because she's already waived.
It has to be a withdrawal. I'm setting
So
up.
she will have to withdraw, so she's going to lose all the time that she's had. So I would get to know, see if she can make that bond before she withdraws that waiver, because she'll lose all that time.
I spoke to her before that, Your Honor, and she really wants to go ahead and take care of this so she can go back to her kids.
But, okay, so she can make that bond?
Yeah, my husband's gonna make it.
Okay.
As soon as I go.
Got it.
Yeah, fine.
Appreciate it. Okay.
Hey, did you appoint him earlier?
I did, I just not one slider down.
It's not you. Okay, guys, thank you.
And Your Honor, she would sign it over here?
Yeah, you,
Bring it out.
Dave, you got the withdrawal?
Not the withdrawal. I'm doing the reset first because that's the defendant.
Do
has
you
to-
generate the withdrawal too?
I do too, but that one only the council has to. Printing it out first right now. Unless my computer doesn't want to do it.
I always have issue with technologies.
Yeah. See this paper?
So, hey, Vic, on, Hoffman,
Okay, last point.
5,002 on both.
And this one has to be entered into the judge.
And this is pretty much expense if you are reading your extradition. Yeah. Don't y'all.
She doesn't have to sign that one. It's just you and judge. Huh? Oh, yeah, we're good.
Hey.
Good morning, Judge. Parece que, por favor, conteste todo a voz alta.
Permíteme un segundo. What do we have here?
This is Rene Velasquez, Your Honor.
Velasquez. Are you wanting the same thing on Mr. Velasquez?
No, Your Honor, it needs to.
This one's on motion by the state. So he originally waived on February 14th, which would give the demanding jurisdiction until March 3rd. However, they are unable to pick him up until March 7th. And so we want to enter in a pre-signed waiver, as he is wanted out of Arizona for a probation violation on an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and a dangerous instrument involved in domestic violence. And I have a copy of it here along with the order.
Understand, Mr. Velasquez, that when you get on probation or parole in certain states, you need to read everything that you sign. In some states, they make you sign what's called a pre-signed waiver when you get on probation or parole, meaning that if you ever take flight and become a fugitive from justice, you waive extradition by signing and by entering on the probation in and of itself. In fact,
I am going off of Amy's review. I want to double check that that provision's in there. I think she only printed out the first one. I'm double checking the.
Wait, is that another?
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. Was she trying to figure out if this is an interstate compact? Actually, may I have
don't
a
see
moment,
it.
Judge? May I have a moment to review?
And unless it carries a term of life.
No, I don't know if she meant for this to be under the interstate compact. May I have a chance to review
Yeah,
it?
take your time.
Thank you, Judge.
Rush.
I might need a second.
So the one to put you on. It wasn't dollars for the precedent to be
Actually, it may be. I'll need a moment to step out if that's all right, Judge, to call the demanding jurisdiction. If there is an ICA for this case.
I mean, it says I may, right, apply.
Well, no, sorry, I'm not going off of that, but it's because I don't know. Well, that's for the transfer, but I don't know where the originating state is. And so I don't know if it's absconding from whatever agreement probation he had with another jurisdiction.
As I was saying, at times when you sign up on a probation or parole, on the agreement that you sign, you say that if I ever become a fugitive from justice, if I ever take off, then I will waive extradition. And you do that by signing the agreement. The state is saying that you have already waived by signing your probation or parole agreement. I don't see it in this document, so I guess we're gonna need just a little bit more time because I don't see a pre-signed waiver here.
Because on the bottom of the document, Judge, all the way at the, it says interstate compact process and application fee. I just don't know if it applies to this state, so that's what I have to check on. In that case, then obviously, on the last page where it states the financial sanctions, do you have that page, Judge, or no?
Yeah.
So all the way on the bottom on the third asterisk, it says interstate compact and then all that. And so that's, no. But my point is, it's not on this document, but I'm saying if one exists with Texas, then obviously I'll be putting that in it. Maybe that's what Amy was trying to convey. I don't know.
Yeah, this isn't it.
Right, so if I may have a moment to check with the demanding jurisdiction.
When was he due to get picked up?
It was the 3rd, but they need until the 7th. I'll make it 1 week because it's a Friday and it wraps around the weekend. So obviously that's
The 3rd of last month or this?
No, so originally he waived, let's see, he waived on February 14th, which gives them until March 3rd.
Okay, so I mean, you can roll it to tomorrow if need be then. It's not,
I'm not opposed to that, Judge. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I mean, because it's now nearly 1 o'clock and then, by the time you get a hold of anyone in a demanding jurisdiction and they're off today because of President's Day,
Well, this one,
you're not gonna get a hold of them.
yes, Judge. I'll make sure to see if there's a ICA because
So-
if I play the ICA,
We do things the right way. We're not gonna do things the wrong way. We want to make sure that all the documents and I's are dotted, T's are crossed. So I'm gonna give them till tomorrow to see what they can come up with and then we can cross that bridge to see whether they get an extension or not. We usually give an extension if they want one, a little one, but not anything, more than 3 days. So
And if you could send me that Q-day because I don't see.
yeah, I'll send you.
here, I'm gonna go back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Back to today, I'm gonna get that back to you. The order from them.
Well, we'll have to redo it anyway if it applies.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, thanks, Tony. Mr. Harden. Hey, coming up. Yeah.
I did see your email just briefly, and I'll be happy to I think I can solve this fairly easily. As far as my understanding is what the max roll is, what it isn't, when it deals with relating to clients.
I want to continue this on the record though, because I want to make sure that everybody has a good understanding and that just because it's a big issue, at least, the role and the nature of the role, what you can and can't do, it's big, and I don't think that, I don't take it lightly, and I get things when it gets done the right way, but it's still a process,
That's why I want to
So
prioritize
can
it.
we?
I know Dixon's here, one's here, so I'll be happy to answer any questions.
I don't have a
Put anything on the
reporter, though.
record whenever.
I don't have a reporter. Ramona's gone and it's, It's 1 o'clock and I don't want to ask someone now. So can we reconvene tomorrow, 9:30?
I can't judge. This week I'm gonna be attending a training, and so I probably wouldn't be available to next week. I mean, can have somebody can tell folks what,
I guess, can Natalie be here tomorrow?
yes, I mean, Natalie or maybe Seth.
Okay.
But it's just really putting on, everything that we will put on the record is public document. Plan of operation 2604 subsection C that talks about feedback that's already been given out to the judge. So I mean, I'm just saying it now for anyone that has any questions. And basically what it is 2604 subsection C requires us to have a plan of operation. That plan of operation was distributed back in August of 2023 with the most latest revisions. It does talk about client feedback. My understanding now, this is not solicitation, right? Not advice. But if a client reaches out to us, right, if they reach out or flag down, that's receiving.
Didn't happen here.
So I'll just clarify.
I don't want to do this on the record. I want to do this on the record the right way we've been doing it. So let's, that's not what I saw and that's not what transpired, right? It was something else, So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you can't be here tomorrow, then Natalie said she could be here. We'll do it with Natalie.
Okay. Yeah. I'll speak with Natalie or Seth and give them the same information. Well, they already have the information. It's just really bringing it to the court's attention. Okay. So, yes. All right. Thank you.
Judge, you ready for the next